I'm going to use Google then.
Damn, you got 2 assistants? Are you some sort of CEO?
Set an alarm for 29 minutes from now.
1:52 p.m.
It's the same voice. What the fuck?
She works 2 jobs, dude. She's trying to put her kids through college.
So you hired her 2 times?
Yeah, I just, instead of paying her
Yeah.
A reasonable wage, I decided to just make her work twice as hard.
Oh, yeah. It's the experience, right? For her resume.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's how it works in today's job market.
Yep.
Welcome to Job Talks with Graham and Dane.
Listen, if you want to get ahead in this world, you need a good resume.
Suck a lot of clit.
Suck a lot of clit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm being inclusive here.
I didn't realize that that got you head. I mean, I figured that would get you head.
You're giving head.
But no, we were talking about the different where the gain is on the dial, and you're just like, what are you talking about? Like 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That reminds me of the freaking the dad in Indiana Jones and Last Crusade.
It's
like 11 o'clock. This is like, what happens at 11 o'clock?
Junior, what happens at 11 o'clock? I can't do shit.
I'm Harrison Ford. It's not 12, 11, 10, 11 o'clock, Papa.
Why does Indiana Jones have an English accent?
Because I can't do a Harrison Ford. He doesn't really have an accent.
He's just gruff.
He's just, I'm a manly man.
I'm always angry and punching people.
Except for when he's like, as Han Solo, he's like, hi, how are you? Microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. Scene. Welcome to this podcast. This is Castle.
This podcast is Castle.
This podcast is in a castle. Welcome to This Podcast Is Cancelled.
It's kind of a castle. It's your castle.
It's not. I don't own it.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're just renting the castle.
Yeah.
You're just paying a reasonable lease
So it's
for the castle.
technically I'm a peasant.
You're worse than a peasant.
Because I don't even
like
till the
farmland.
land.
Yeah.
They don't own the land either, though. The king technically owns it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So we've never left the feudal system. I'm Graham, by the way.
I'm Dane.
And,
I enjoy the feudal system.
Yes, feudal system, except it's a little better because we can buy computers to jerk off.
Case in point. This is porn going on right here.
And you can't see it.
Wouldn't you like to know? Here, let me show you. Just kidding. Demonetized.
And 1,000 listeners all shook their heads at once. Obi-Wan's like,
Was that him shaking, or was that him looking at the porn as well? Oh. Yes.
yeah, he was concerned at first, but then he was just like, oh, yeah.
This is where the droids are looking for.
Hello there.
Oh, God. I was about to be like, the younglings.
Oh my god. Then we could go back to our boy thing from the last one.
Yeah. Let's not.
Yes.
Let's not and say we didn't, because we didn't.
Boys. Am I right?
I'm out of here.
All right, well, this week we're doing A Quiet Place Part 2. If you follow us on Instagram, you saw a reel.
Yeah, it was real.
It was real.
Wordplay.
Hey.
That's what you subscribe to.
Yeah, for real clever wordplay.
Yeah. I've just took the word real, like in a movie reel, and then also equated it to being real, like being not fictional.
Thank you for that. That educational segment.
On to the next joke.
Wordplay with Dane.
Wordplay with Dane Pribonell. Dee.
I did add that to the last episode.
Yeah.
With the science facts.
Yeah. It was a good one.
And like little glowy words. Go check it out. So this is a sequel that did need to happen, even according to the director.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say that. He was like, I didn't think there was going to be a sequel. I didn't write it to make one. But then they gave us a lot of money.
Specifically what he said. He's like,
Yeah.
did you see the zeros on this check?
Yeah.
Hey, Emily, look at the zeros on this check. You want to act in more movies?
She's like, okay. I'll make 16 more of these. I don't care.
You didn't take my last name when we got married, so you gotta do this for me. That's sexist, John. That's sexist.
No, that's sexist, John.
Yeah, you know, I did.
And then he looks at the camera.
That both Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy are British.
Yeah.
And they're both in this movie acting as non-British people.
Yeah, they do pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think it's funny that they're like one of the two people that are in this movie and they're supposed to be American.
Yeah.
Like, hire Americans, right?
Right.
America's the only country.
Oh,
So.
God. Oh, God. What is this turning into?
Hi, you're Americans.
Keep it in America.
I just think it's funny. It's kind of like, what is it, Kate Winslet? She's like really, really British, but she always plays Americans.
Yeah, she's in that new HBO show, Mayor of Easttown. Really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She, like, nails that accent, too. They're in Pennsylvania, and they have that really unique accent.
I'm from Pennsylvania.
No. We just
could
got
do it.
canceled by them. The Amish are real mad now.
Oh, she's Amish.
No. I mean, they say, like, water instead of water. I can't.
So
It's hard to
that's
explain.
it?
No, there's, like, other stuff.
Oh, there's other stuff too?
Yeah. And they have, like, hoagies.
They don't have Haggies.
It's hoagies. All right, moving on.
How many people can we offend without getting canceled?
Yeah.
We're just offending white people, so it's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
That doesn't fucking matter.
It's reverse racism. No, I'm out of here.
Quiet Place 2, starring Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy, boy and girl.
Millicent Simmons and Noah Jupe or Jupe. Sounds offensive. Not gonna lie.
I'm out of here.
But and then also John Krasinski reprises his role from the first one.
Oh, that's true. He has a spoiler alert. He is in the very beginning of the movie. So, spoilers.
He comes back to life.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the first one, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you should have known.
Yeah. And then also, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Digimon Honsu?
Is that the guy from the spoilers? Is that the guy from the island?
I'm going to make a super cut of every time you say spoilers.
Just everything we talk about.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah, he's the guy from that. That's what actually his name of the character is. Man on Island.
Man Island.
Wow.
Because I don't think he was given a name.
No.
He was in,
They didn't really care about anyone except for
yeah.
the four main people.
He was in...
Baby doesn't even have a name.
Well, I mean, it's a fucking baby. Like, they could have swapped it out halfway through the movie and I would not have known.
Well, they must have because it's been a couple of years.
Yeah. I would hope so.
It's the same baby. This thing's not right.
The mother is just hating her life.
Yeah.
This baby will not fucking grow up.
I'm sick of it. My tits are so sore.
No, but the Man on Island, he, wasn't he in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, he was one of like the bounty hunters.
Yeah. He was like in the very beginning. He's like, I'm Star-Lord. And he's like, ooh, who's Star-Lord?
Exactly. And he was Blood Diamond too.
Oh.
He was like much more.
Look at me. No, it's different.
That's racist.
I was just saying, look at me. Hello.
Hey, I'm Dane. Hey, what's going on here? No, Blood Diamond. He was a much more prominent role. Mm-hmm. And I was like, he's a good actor, so it kind of pissed me off that they just put him in this throwaway role.
Yeah, and it really was like unnecessarily throwaway.
Yeah.
Like they didn't need to even throw him away.
No, they really didn't.
It was like the way that he got taken out was just dumb.
It was like oh, I shouldn't back up, but I'm going to.
I like how they came to the door. They're like, it's locked. Give us the key. And he's like, wait a minute. Did the monster come with us? Sure, here's the key. This one thing that you'll need to get into this building, thank God. But let me back up real slowly. Oh no, he got me.
I didn't see that coming. Yeah. But that's further on in the movie.
It's kind of like a video game where it's like the cutscene, and in the cutscene you're given the key because you need that to like progress. in the story, but it felt like that because it was kind of dumb.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if like he died as he was like getting it out, like he was getting pulled away and he like flipped it or something, threw it.
Yeah,
it would have been more dramatic and like less awkward.
Well, yeah, and it would have been like,
or he could have just stayed with them.
It would have been kind of cool. Like, how about he like does this like swerve into the building?
Yeah,
and then like gets out. He's like, they're going over to the door, and he's like, "Hey, it's locked." Throws the key to them, goes to shut the garage, and then the monster gets him.
Right.
That would have made more sense.
Exactly. A much more human move than suddenly, is it still here? I wonder.
I didn't see it or hear it, so it must have gone back.
And I know they were like sound sensitive, so I'm going to be really loud right now.
Do you guys hear it out there?
What's that?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Parks and Rec?
Yes.
Well, the Andy Samberg's character, where he's like the forest ranger, and all he does is just yell everything. It's like, hey guys, how you doing?
I don't remember that. Actually.
Oh, it's really funny. Yeah.
But I like vaguely remember him in there. I haven't watched it in a while.
It was like the scene where all I remember also is that they get in like this golf cart, and Leslie's talking with him, and Jerry's on the back. But there's no room for Tom, so he just has to like run next to him.
Yeah, I do remember that part. That's funny.
It's good.
Yeah. What other things? Well, this is like it takes place like directly after the first one.
Yeah, like the building is still on fire from the first movie.
Yeah, so it's like probably like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Cut and then okay, it starts. But good on the, I guess, production team. Maybe working out the stills, unless they own that land and that set was already built.
Yeah.
Or a lot of it could have been CG too.
Well, I really thought there was 2 really cool things that I saw. They recreated that grocery store, like down to a T.
Oh yeah.
But then it was actually full before what happened, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. So this has to be like a small town that's abandoned or something that they filmed in?
I mean, it could be that, or it could be they just worked really hard to recreate it.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of like productions where they'll just like they'll have a town set up, just be generic town, and they can like add certain
and
storefronts and
stuff.
whatnot. You know, like they have one of those at Universal Studios. And,
Are you name dropping right now?
Yeah, you know, Universal Studios. Hire my boy over
He
there.
knows them.
I do.
I know, Mr. Universal.
That's what they call me.
Mr. Universal.
I'll be Mr. Universal. You'll be best boy.
Hey, I ordered that shirt. So it's coming in.
Dude, probably supposed to... Spoilers.
Shit. I want to look up where they filmed this.
Probably Georgia. That's where all the production companies are now.
Spoilers.
It's not a spoiler if I'm like super smart using my brain. My mom does that. She'll ruin movies because she'll just figure it out.
Western New York. So you're incorrect.
Oh.
There's the door.
I
think they're leaving Georgia because of all their shitty laws.
Well, I know that started happening, but I figured this movie was made before that. I know the MLB pulled out. Unlike a lot of their players.
Hey, because they have a lot of illegitimate children?
Yes.
Ah, okay. And by illegitimate, that's so old school.
Except for the ones that are really good at the sport, because they take steroids.
And they don't have balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying about your mom?
Whoa. She's just really good at figuring out movies. Like, she figured out the ending of Knives Out.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Like, towards, like, the beginning of the movie. Like, she figured out what happened. Even before I figured out that there was even another twist coming.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, oh, man, this is kind of an action-packed film, but we already know what happened, and then I figured out we didn't. Spoilers.
For what? You didn't say anything? Okay, back to the movie.
Back to reality.
I'm not doing that bit again. But, yeah, back to the movie. So, directly after...
Another thing I wanted to point out that was super cool from that is when John Krasinski was walking down the street, like in front of all those windows.
Yeah.
Did you notice that you could not see the camera crew in the windows.
Oh yeah.
Like, I thought that was super cool because I was like, how the fuck did they do that?
They could have put either the windows in post, or they just painted out the camera.
Yeah, which I think is cool.
Would suck.
I feel like either way it would have been super hard, which I thought was cool. So
I think putting in the windows would be the easier part, because like painting out the camera as it moves would just take way too much time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely have to I agree. It's really cool. They should. I bet a lot of pre-planning went into that.
Mm-hmm. Because usually productions get away with that by just doing it at like an angle.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They'll just angle it. But they literally did like dead on. Let's look at John Krasinski as he's walking down the street. And I was even like, we're gonna see the film crew in the window.
Yeah.
Didn't.
I'd be curious how they did that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask Corridor Crew to react to it.
Yeah. Corridor Crew.
Hey, react to this really mundane shot. No, but they did freak out about like in the Snyder Cut, where Steppenwolf was like killing the Atlanteans on the beach, and he stepped on a stick.
Yeah.
And he's like, but it was a real stick. It ended up being spoilers for a YouTube show.
Well, it also was like the water effects. They were making it like actual water.
Yeah, the VFX were really good.
Yeah.
But back to Quiet Place. Yeah, so it kind of starts out with John just driving in the beginning of like the whole apocalypse. Like the first day.
Mm-hmm. First day.
And he like goes to buy some oranges and some water, and it's really quiet still.
And he's just like, shh.
They're like, why? It's just cause you gotta be shh. No. It's what he does in the first one. Like, just sticks his finger in his nose. Like,
doesn't say a word.
Don't tell Pam I'm over here. But yeah, so. And then I kind of like the little nod to the first one where he walks in the aisle and you see a little spaceship toy.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That was cool.
Throwback.
But also it was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it was like fan service, the camera move.
Yeah. But I mean, it still like fit with the whole scene. It wasn't just like they like
it's true.
zoomed in on it. Like, remember this thing?
They kind of did that with the freaking oxygen tank.
Oh yeah.
Like they literally like it was more than foreshadowing. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like, look at the amount of oxygen. Red alert.
The baby will die. The baby will die.
And it didn't like end up being anything.
No.
Them actually running out of oxygen in that little like confined thing would have been more like, I don't know, would have been crazier.
Yeah.
Because that seemed like more of the issue than like, oh no, the oxygen tank ran out.
Yeah, exactly. But she found him really easily.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it starts out like this t-ball game, and then the monsters attack, and you're introduced.
Well, the spaceship comes down. It's like,
well, we don't know if it's spaceship or meteor. We don't know what it is. They don't explain it really. But if you want to think it's spaceship and be a nerd like that, whatever.
Well, if it's a meteor, then it makes it seem like how would anything survive? If it was a spaceship, then
because they survive fire.
That's true. They do survive fire.
They're like invincible except for sounds.
Mm-hmm. Which you would think them going like into like the Earth would have been like a giant sound. Especially
if they were like, regardless if you're in a meteor or spaceship, it'd just be like, ah!
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're so pissed. They're killing everyone. Your planet's too loud.
Guys, oh shit, dude, it's so loud here.
God,
so
get away
loud.
from me.
Can you stop, please? Can you stop, please?
Yeah, they're just like, there's like that thing where people get really annoyed by certain sounds that causes them. I kind of get that sometimes. So I understand. So maybe that's all that's happening.
Are you trying to appropriate that for yourself?
No, I actually have it.
Oh, okay. You're like, some people can kind of do that. I do too. I do too.
Donate to Patreon. Help me.
Do you know how, remember last week when I got sick? Yeah, I got sick too.
Yeah. I started GoFundMe.
Always one-upping.
Yeah.
Just for no reason.
No, I'm two-upping, dude.
That was good. No, I was two-upping.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to... I don't even... But where were we? Loud noises.
Yes. No, I was also thinking like when it came down and like crashed, it seemed like a pretty giant.
Yeah, because how slow it was moving.
Yeah, like it was a giant thing moving slow, and yet we didn't hear like an explosion from it hitting. Everyone was just like,
don't you know the title of the movie?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, wouldn't that have made some kind of like impact? Like even like, even like big like meteors that come down, they make like big explosions.
Well, yeah, they killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Or that's what they want you to think.
Yeah. Well.
That's what Satan wants you to believe.
Yeah, right.
All that Satan wheat germ,
Satan put all those bones there.
Yep, to trick you.
Yeah, he was very intricate.
For real.
I'm gonna make him think
he's really good at paper.
65 million, 100 million years. Huh?
Ha! Fuck you, Dad. He's really good at paper mache.
It's like, what? Like if that were the case, then why is it so intricate? Why are there like 100 million tests to test your faith, but there's nothing that actually conclusively says, yes, faith is real?
Right, yeah. It's all bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
It's all QAnon.
It's QAnon, dude.
What about Exanon, dude? What about him? Or her? Or they?
What about Aranon?
What about farts? And Randoof?
This went off the rails.
That was very calm. This went off the rails. Welcome to Off the Rails.
Welcome to Off the Rails.
On NPR.
Yep. Well, welcome to Off the Rails with NPR.
That was a good NPR voice. Where we think we're better than you because we speak so softly. You're saying like how it crashed in there, made no noise. It's true.
Yeah.
That was one. Like the sound design is really important in this movie, but it's like no one makes a sound unless it needs to track the monsters for the story. Mm-hmm. Like they're running on with feet. Like the dude has shoes on. He's running on like concrete, and it's like.
Yeah.
Like that would just, it's in a warehouse. It'd be echoing everywhere.
Dunk, 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 dunk. Are you guys okay?
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like there were scenes where like they're like walking barefoot and Yeah,
when they like but they forget about that logic.
Yeah.
All the time.
They do.
And so that's why I feel like this movie, the last one, did a lot better because it was much more contained, and I think. Expanding that, it's really hard to travel in this world because of the sound. Yeah. So much noise is made, just moving around.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like the sequel was half-baked. Like, there's so many ideas that were half-baked.
Yeah, I could see that.
And that's why, like, when John Krasinski was being interviewed in that as we, like, made a joke about, like, I didn't even plan to have a sequel. Well, it gave us so much money. Well, it's probably because he didn't want there to be a sequel. Mm-hmm. But he might have been contractually obligated, or there was just a lot of money.
Just a lot of money,
yeah.
But, well, and they're probably like, yeah, make the movie, but then you also get like, how about you get 30% cut instead of 20% if you make a sequel? And he's like, fuck yeah.
Well, we got more than that.
Well, he probably got a flat fee that was like $200-300 million,
yeah.
And then he probably got a certain percentage of ticket sales.
Yeah. Well, maybe this one's not the best one since the coronavirus.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is like the first one to like really come out and people saying you can go to the theaters now.
That's true. It's like the big blockbuster kind of. I mean, King Kong and Mortal Kombat, but that was a few months ago.
Yeah, that was kind of before the vaccine started taking effect.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, both you boys are vaccinated.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I got my tracking chip installed.
Mm-hmm. I want Bill Gates to know where I am.
I do too. I mean, you could be my daddy. I don't care.
Yeah. In fact,
all that money.
In fact, I film myself and send it to him.
Big Daddy Gates.
Big Daddy Gates has my number.
Nice. Did he buy you your PS5?
No, he's Xbox, idiot.
Well, I don't know.
Dummy.
He loves you.
That's true. He does.
He'll do whatever he wants for Big Daddy Dane.
I got him right here in my thigh.
Hey, he's pretty skinny.
No, tattoo.
Oh.
Yeah, so what are we doing?
No, we're talking about just
where are we?
like talking talking about we're talking about contracts with John Krasinski, just half-baked ideas. Mm-hmm. For me, at least. I don't know about you. But for the most part, we talked about it yesterday. It was just like this first movie, same exact thing, but on a bigger scale, kind of.
Yeah.
So I didn't really add anything, to be honest. Because I think they say it in the trailer, like Cillian Murphy, like, saves them or whatever. And then he's like, you don't know.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian
Murphy? I like that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. Cillian?
Cillian.
Are you sure it's Cillian?
Cillian, yeah.
You're 100% sure.
It would be silly if it
You're
wasn't.
0 for 1 today.
What was the other one? I was 0 for 1.
Where the movie was filmed?
Oh, yeah, shit. I think it's Cillian Murphy.
How much are you putting on there?
I'm putting on my half my reputation. Just half.
They have a video.
That's Cillian, not Cillian.
Yeah!
Cillian.
Brr, 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 brr.
Does he call himself Cillian Murphy?
I don't think he has the control of that.
I don't think that guy has control of how Cillian Murphy pronounces his name.
Well, he's not the first one to be named Cillian with the hard C sound.
Yeah, but maybe he pronounces it
Cillian.
Murphy. This is all fake
Cillian
news.
Murphy.
This is all QAnon.
QAnons. Because Q is like Cillian. You could spell it with a Q. Cillian.
Die in a fire. Die in the fire in Quiet Place.
Or Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Yeah, that one. That was more painful.
Yeah.
Whichever one's more painful.
I don't feel pain.
So I feel like if you were to die to the monsters in Quiet Place, you'd be a pretty fast death.
Well, depending on where they stab me.
I want you to die slow, painful death.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah.
This is off the rails.
I just
At NPR.
got a boner. Remember when people would trick you into trying to flip a coin like this on this table?
No, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's good shit.
So is that when you were in like middle school, or was this like last year?
This was yesterday.
This was yesterday.
I did it to myself.
I can't get it. Oh,
Man,
I can't get it.
so
oh,
tough.
it's so hard.
Oh my god!
It won't go.
Almost there. Almost there.
I just gotta make it more rhythmic, I think.
Oh my god. Oh my. And it flipped.
And there it goes. Ah, such relief.
Dick jokes. Cillian Murphy.
So what point were you trying to make? What stupid, dumb point were you trying to make with your dumb idiot head?
You're the one that corrected me. Well, Cillian Murphy, that's where they introduce his character in the beginning.
Is that how this whole thing... That's
Yeah.
where this came from?
Yeah. That was...
Center myself.
That's cultural appropriation.
For Christianity? God, dear God! I gotta flip this coin!
Help me! No. But that scene was just... It was... I'm glad they didn't just be like, oh, now we know Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they introduced him, he lives in the town, he had a kid. They were at the baseball game together. Mm-hmm. And they also had the throwback with the sign language for... What's this? How do you say this?
This is getting poon.
Oh, shit. Any ASL experts, is this true?
No, it's, it means, I couldn't think
dive.
of a better thing. It's dive.
Dive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a better joke
Yeah.
than getting poon. So.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're diving head
Into the poon. Yeah, so... Because he's listening to a baseball game on the radio while watching the other one, and then someone was yelling at one of the kids to dive into the base, or into the home, but he doesn't. Then he's like, asked the deaf daughter, it's like, how do you say dive?
Yeah, she's like, dive.
And he's like, oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, that makes sense.
Well, it's fucking easy. ASL is easy.
Got it. Rest of the language.
Is this
right
fuck? Just kidding. I respect ASL. It is a intricate language.
It is. I never knew this. I think, was it you that was saying last time where like, or was I watching a video on it where like,
could have been a video I made.
Where ASL is American Sign Language, but then there's different sign language for different languages.
Yeah.
Was that you that was saying that?
I could have. I don't know.
Okay. But like...
Let's look this up because you're 0 for 2.
Well, no, I know that's a fact.
No,
but I just thought
I was telling you.
Yeah.
Google knows.
Let's go back. No, I just think that's cool, and like, I don't know why I just never thought of that before.
Yeah.
Like, ASL is not the only sign language.
It's because you're a selfish American. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's how we're raised.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, everybody speaks my language.
That's true.
Nobody speaks anything else.
What was that laugh? What the
fuck? I was worried about getting canceled. It's like the thing where you're just like... You just start saying something terrible and you just stop saying things halfway through.
No mercy. And boys are very...
Let's not start this. My roommate...
Good at math.
My roommate who is Jewish is...
He's a mama. All right, back to the movie. But so... Yeah, so we already talked about the spaceship crashing, and they all start running away, because they don't know what's going on. But it would probably happen. They would cancel the game. But there was one part where, like... I don't know, what was John Krasinski's character? What was his, like, background? Is he just a farmer?
I think so. I don't know.
Well, not saying farmers are dumb. Well, with my next point. But, like, he instantly figured out they were attracted to sound, like, barely... into it, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, when they were in, like, the diner hiding from them, this old man was like, come on, Jesus, please come to me, Jesus.
Well, I don't think it was more that. I think in that instance was, like, everybody was hiding in there, and they didn't want to attract the monsters. Because that's just basic survival.
Right.
I don't think he thought that they were attracted to sound, but I think at that point he realized that they could hear just like us. So they were attracted to the sound of the cell phone, came in there, started ravaging, and then probably sound itself, they realized that they were hypersensitive to it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see it that way. Like, after the fact, when the cell phone rang again, and then they jumped in. Yeah. Right? That's what happened, right? Mm-hmm. And then you can figure that out. I could extrapolate. But that just from the guy just saying...
Yeah.
Because he wasn't talking that loud, he was whispering.
Yeah.
And like...
Well, it was kind of strange how it was like chaotic, crazy scene outside. And then they instantly went into the bar and everybody was like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Godzilla's here. Throwback joke.
His dump truck's on his way.
Well, I don't know
Damn, Godzilla, you got a fat ass.
I don't know if you saw this.
Don't slut shame me. That's how Godzilla sounds.
That's a nice dumper, Godzilla.
Dumper? Oh, God.
That's what they say.
Highbrow.
What?
Hey, can't do that if you have Botox. What were you saying?
This is so off the rails. We're not even on a train anymore.
No, we're dead.
We're on a boat.
Like the train from Unbreakable. Continue with what you were saying.
Did you notice that when John Krasinski walked into the bar, like there was like 20 other people behind him, right?
Yeah.
He just took his daughter and like kneeled like right in front of the door.
Yeah.
So everybody like running in and be like, "Oh shit, God, what?
You
like,
fucking dick!
Like, idiot! What are you doing? Get out of the fucking way!" And I know it was like supposed to be that way for like cinematic reasons, like let's duck down and everybody runs around him. But it's like that's a dick move, dude.
Right in the doorway, like
like he just like kneels down. It's like I hope somebody trips.
Yeah. Got him. Oh, Lee, you're such a prankster. Oh, got me.
Oh, they're attracted to pranksters.
Good to know.
I just remember seeing that. I was like, why the fuck is he kneeling right there? Fucking run somewhere else.
Then he just moves like a foot forward after. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
He's like, okay, I'm inside. Here's a good place to hide. Right next to the door.
Dude, what the fuck? He's checking IDs. That's what he was doing.
It's like, hey, you're not allowed in here. Get outside.
Get out. You're underage. But, yeah, so that was the only thing. It was just like, I understand the first one, they knew the sound was a big deal. But the second one, maybe they just didn't want to take the time to, like, explain it. I don't know. If they just ran away, which they ended up doing. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. Just thought it was lazy writing.
Well, and if we're on the topic of, like, lazy writing, and just, there was something that kind of irked me, and that was the derision that the daughter had towards C-word Murphy.
How do you pronounce his name, Dane?
I'm not going to say it.
I'll put it phonetically sounded out on the screen.
I hate you so much right now. I'm like this close to fucking leaving.
Well, let's finish the podcast first.
It would really stick it to you if I didn't, right? It would really kill ya or Cillian.
God damn it.
No, I'm just joking. Is their whole, like, how she's like, you'll never be him. You're never him. And I was like, where's this coming from?
Yeah, like why would he want to be? Like, he's dead.
It's something that the son said got her good. Yeah. Like, yeah, look what happened to Dad, huh? And she's just like,
how dare you?
Time's up.
Time's up. You're going in the box. Look at the oxygen tank. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, it was just like unearned drama for no reason. Like, fuck you for being alive and not my dad.
Well, I think I understand why they needed that script-wise. Yeah. Because then they went off together, the two of them. They needed to establish, like, a divisive relationship at the beginning so later on they can mend it, get to a good point. I thought he was going to...
For a character arc.
Yeah, for a character arc. But they didn't establish how that started, and that's...
Yeah, she was just, like, instantly mad at him for living.
Like, he saved their lives and let them stay there, and then she's just like, you'll never be him! And
he's like, what? I can't understand you, because I don't speak ASL, so you look mad.
Yeah, like, everyone's like, oh, she's saying that you're a piece of shit.
Oh, get out.
Now you guys need to leave tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It was kind of...
Just because, I mean, I don't know if maybe I just missed it, or just okay.
Because I thought the same thing. I was just like, why are you so mad at him for no reason?
Why is she mad at him? That seems weird.
It would have been different if there was, like, if they showed more in the beginning of, like, maybe a little tense history between them, the family and, what was his, Emmett?
Yeah, Emmett.
Yeah.
Well, and, like, I feel like it might have come off better if they maybe expanded that scene in the beginning a little bit more, where he's just like, how do you say dive? And then she's just like, dive. And he's just like, oh, dive. This is so dumb. Why are we doing this?
You're fucking like, deaf, dumbass.
Or something like that, where, like, he doesn't realize that she can read his lips. And he's just like, see this, son? This is stupid people talk for dive or something, you know? Like, I know it sounds dumb, but they could have written a better way, and then she would have been like...
But that would have made more sense than just instantly being mad at him for no reason.
Yeah. And then also would have played on later when she, like, pulls up his head and is like, enunciate, so that I can, you know?
John Krasinski said, like, enunciate.
And then I think you're talking about, like, his dead body.
She, like, pulls his head to look at the camera like Jim. But yeah. Enunciate! Then the monsters all listen, so...
No, see, because then that would have played into that a lot better.
Right.
Because then it would have been like, he doesn't realize that she can read lips, and he's like, oh, now I get why you were acting so cold to me.
Yeah, because you thought I was stupid or something.
Why couldn't you act more warmly? I don't like it. I don't like that you're mean to me. I don't like it. I don't like you're mean to me.
You're so mean to me. My name's Cillian.
You see?
No, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, there should have been more, because it just felt like a big jump for his character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should all be, just give up. It's all fucked. Because he lost his son and wife.
Yeah.
Did he lose his son, like, right in the beginning of it, everything? And then his wife died, like, a couple weeks before they meet him again. For some sickness they didn't mention.
Yeah.
The name
and
of.
because that's why they moved to that industrial place. Is because...
He had a perfect setup already, somehow.
Well, he knew it was there. Idiot.
Did he work there?
Probably.
He a steel man?
He's a steel man. Maybe John Krasinski was like the manager. That's why he's like...
Fuck that guy and his deaf daughter. Yeah. My name's Cillian, damn it.
That's what he says in every movie.
Yeah. It's Cillian. In a southern accent, too. Even though he's from Ireland.
Yeah. Like in Batman.
Yeah.
He's just like...
I'm the Scarecrow.
It's the Batman. I'm Cillian Murphy.
I'm the Scarecrow because they keep taking all my crops. Damn crows. The bats do.
You look like a guy who takes himself a little too seriously. I'm Cillian.
What?
What? That's my name, Cillian Murphy.
Wait,
Extraordinaire.
Christopher Nolan's like, cut. Cillian, it's not in the script.
Cillian, first off, that's not how you pronounce your name.
Yeah.
Second off,
I would know. I made a diagram, as I do for all my movies.
yes. See, here's the flow. Went down to the first level of sill sounds, and the second level is kill sounds.
But when there's an I after the S, it turns into a kill. You know how it goes. Memento. Bits.
I don't know why you reached for your computer.
Because it was going to sleep.
Oh. So you're just like... Computer touching.
Oh, that whole thing with the... Because Cillian... Emmett mentions, like, the crazy people who've, like, went wild men.
Yeah.
After, like, barely a year.
Yeah, it is 474 days.
And they're like, fuck it, society sucks. Let's kill it, but...
Let's start raping people.
Yeah. But we were discussing that with, like, the current pandemic. It was, like, a good mirror image to that. Where people literally did go insane.
Yeah.
And not in murdery ways, but, like, toilet paper or whatever new thing they needed to buy up. Gas just happened, like, 4 weeks ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were jokes online, like, they weren't selling baggies of cocaine anymore. They were selling baggies of gasoline.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I got that good shit. That premium unleaded.
Yeah.
Tiny little bag.
Yeah.
See that? See? Mm-hmm. Make a graphic. Probably won't. It's too much work.
You should just put, like, you should just have, like, you miming, like, a bag and then just put, like, words over it, like, I ain't doing that shit.
No, thank you. I did that. It's after Emmett's like, oh, okay, I'll help you. Because they're gonna... From the end of the first one, she uses her hearing aid to make this high frequency that opens up all their armor so you can kill them. Because it disrupts their auditory system or whatever. Mm-hmm. So she's gonna... They heard, like, a radio playing across the sea. Mm-hmm. He's like, it's fucking bullshit. It's not it. It's not it. Not it. Dad would have heard it. Dad would have known.
You're not our
He's
dad. You're not my new dad.
He's like, I'm not really trying to do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you the fuck out of here, okay?
Yeah, you're really killing my vibe. Baby shit, it's not for me.
Okay, so we did harp a lot on the fact that Cillian Murphy's that Cillian Murphy and the daughter's relationship started off rocky and it didn't make much. Regan.
It's like Brian Regan.
That's
how it's spelled. So
you sure? I'm gonna say it's Reagan.
I'm sure it is Reagan.
Yeah.
I've never heard someone.
Why don't you look it up? Why don't you look that up?
It's that same dude. Just a whole backstory about him.
It started with Ronald Reagan in office. Like, all right, buddy.
Oh my god.
That being said, even though the beginning of the relationship didn't make much sense as to why they were rocky,
I'll put you in the meat.
Adrian! loves the boom. Yeah.
Wow. That's spot on, man.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. Just gotta think of what would a man say? Boom. They started off in turmoil. I'm just gonna keep switching it until you.
Turmoil. Thesaurus Man. Let's throw back to one of our first video episodes.
Yeah, Thesaurus Man.
Yeah.
The worst superhero.
I have a synonym.
Would you also like an antonym? I had both.
I don't, because that's my arch nemesis.
So, but I did think that their relationship kind of progressed in a natural way, and I thought the rest of the plot between those two worked really well together.
Yeah, definitely after that little hump of bad writing, then it got better.
Yeah, and it wasn't like bad writing, it was just more like they needed to add more to make it more believable. Because at this point, it's like, well, I guess did something happen off screen, I guess? I don't know. You know, or even just like have like, something they could have done is have Regan, have Regan, like as they were like walking away, she says something to John Krasinski, and is just like, God, I hate that guy, or like, God, he's such a jerk, and he's like,
I hope you don't die, and I have to live with him in a steel work.
Yeah, you know, that would have been easy.
Yeah, it's so easy line to throw away. No one would have questioned that.
I really hope those aren't monsters coming down. We have to. Our entire lives are going to be up in smoke.
Yeah. Why would you say that?
But in ASL.
Yeah. Why would you say that?
I don't know. Foreshadowing. Why did you whisper that?
I'm deaf. I can't hear it either way.
So yeah, that would have been something. But, you know, that being said, this was a cash grab.
It definitely was. Michael Bay was involved.
Oh, God. Yeah, right. He's like, listen, I got a lot of Transformer money flying around.
I don't know what to do with it. I need to launder this, all right?
Did you see Dark of the Moon? Nobody did.
I didn't even watch it.
On it.
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, no. It's just like, I just had my actors spread him down with water to make him look greasy, then swiveled the camera around him a lot.
Like, whoa!
That literally is like 90% of his scenes are just like.
Must have been keeping like the tracks of business that hold the cameras.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he has his own company.
Well, he also could have like.
Fucking whoa!
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Back to reality.
The theory of gravity. Couldn't help myself.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, so Regan leaves to go to the radio station because she's like figured it out that it's like on this island and that's Beyond the Sea is playing. And that's just a message. They're like, you gotta go across the sea. This is where safety is. So that's what she figured out.
Yep.
And she's like, now I can use my hearing aid on that and then we'll save the day.
Because it'll turn all of the speakers or any radio speaker into feedback.
Yes.
And then you can use it against the monsters.
The Moonstar. Yes. So she leaves without telling anyone. Well, she tells her brother that she has to do it. And he's like, no, don't. I'm whiny as fuck. And I never wanted to punch a kid as much as I wanted to punch him.
Yeah, you were saying that a lot.
Yeah.
Like after the movie, before the movie.
Find him. I'm gonna punch him.
You're just, is it that kid or like did the kid?
Yeah, fucking Marcus. No, that's Noah Jupe. Pretty offensive last name.
Very offensive.
Yeah. No, but he was really annoying and not like in a good way.
Yeah, like he got in the bear trap. And he
God.
knows exactly like what these creatures are attracted to. Yeah, he just started screaming.
And she's like, shut up. Please shut up, honey.
I love you. But shut your fucking mouth right now.
Yeah. I really thought his sister was gonna like cold cock him.
Yeah.
Just to like, fuck off. And then the baby starts crying, and I started laughing in the theater.
You did.
I was like, oh my god. These people can't catch a break. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Regan leaves like a note for her brother on the radio, and he's like, oh, Mom, she's gone.
Yeah.
She's like, shut the fuck up. I wish you left.
Like, she put, like, a note on there that says, like, tune in to 98.1, Fresh FM.
Yeah, my name's Reagan. Or Regan.
Get to start my DJ career.
Yeah, I can't hear.
That'd be hilarious if, like, they are, like, constantly projecting, like, feedback noise, and then every so often they're like, and we're here coming live, tunes on the radio, looks like the traffic's getting a little bad, and hopefully you're not fighting a monster right now, because we're talking about the weather.
Good one, Dave. Because no one's moving. Yeah, so she leaves, and then there's, like, a couple scenes at the train about the monster, and she's trying to, like, kill it, but then Cillian shows up. Mm-hmm. And then they have to stay the night at the train station. She wakes up, her hearing aid's gone. She's like, oh my god. And then Emmett's gone, and she thinks he, like, betrayed her or something.
Yeah.
But he comes back and, like, he had the little amp and the thing, because he was using it in case he ran into a monster.
Because he ran into a monster.
And he's like, I found a boat. Mm-hmm. So they're going to the harbor. And then earlier in the film, he was like, he mentions how the humans now are all psycho. Well, he alludes to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't say psycho.
He says that, well, they were talking about the fires that they were making. And from the previous movie, they lit the fires on top of their stack at night just to kind of say, hey, we're still alive, we're still here.
Solidarity.
And if there is no fire, that's when you're like, something happened.
Right.
And then he just said, she's like, did you see the fires? Did you see that they were out or something? And he's like, well, why didn't you do anything? And he's
she's like, what, did you ever think to come for us or him?
Mm-hmm.
She said him.
Yeah.
Didn't? And I was like,
did you ever think to come for him?
Why they... John Krasinski's writing this. She's like, I'm the best.
It's like, they would come for me alone.
I am so important. I really hate Emmett for some reason.
This guy's a fucking idiot. He's no John Krasinski.
Yeah, he can't be Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime.
Can't be Jim from The Office, now on Paramount Plus exclusively.
That was on Peacock.
Oh, that's right, Peacock Plus.
Peacock.
Is that what the cock does?
Yeah, comes out and peaks.
Well, it's peacock.
Peeing
So
a cock.
pee at your cock.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's called peacocking.
Science
So you
facts
go
with
to the
Dane.
bathroom. Peacocking. When you go to the bathroom and you pee at your cock. All right, what's the big deal here? What are we doing here? Why are we even in this booth, huh?
Uh-oh.
Dane's on a tirade again.
He really thinks he's in the show. The Science Facts show. But yeah, so they allude to the fall of some of the humans being psycho. So they get to the...
Oh, no, because I wanted to say the line that he said. He said,
yeah.
The people that are still alive are not the ones that are worth saving. Which I thought was a cool line.
Yeah, it was definitely cool.
Yeah, so, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so they get to the harbor, and then they're, like, carefully looking for boats, and then they catch movement, and it's like this little girl. And I'm like, well, I bet she's gonna be bad news.
Well, I even was going to turn over to you and ask, like, he was still... Fucking Emmett.
Still Emmett.
Every time I say that name now, I'm just going to think, fuck.
You will never forget me.
I will never forget you. It won't be in a good way. So he's like going up into the boat. He's like his light, and then like you see like flash right next to him.
Reagan
like,
probably could have seen that. She's not blind.
That's what I was like. I'm like, why the fuck did she see it? She's just like, I don't want to see or hear anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna block my most important sense now that I don't have hearing.
I got touched. Don't worry.
Yeah. Wow, what's this?
That's a little girl.
Oh
no.
Cancelled. Yeah, I thought that was a little weird.
And he didn't like turn to her and go like, "Did you see that?" Or like, "What was that? Did you see that?" It was just like turn into like full blown like horror film by himself. Like, girl. Oh, it's a girl.
Oh, it's just, hey little baby, you okay, little baby? Psych.
Or he's just like, it's a good girl.
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk to them.
Whoa! My wife died. But She still haunts me. She thinks I'm cheating.
Hold on, before we continue. You got a little hair sticking out. Like, just started.
So, little girl, like, pops up, and then he goes over there, and then she, like, looks up. She looks like some fucking, like, feral zombie creature. I was like, are they just gonna add zombies in for no reason?
Yeah, it looked like the freaking, like, first episode of The Walking Dead when he finds that little zombie girl. He always, like, holds his gun, too. He's just like...
This is real good aiming for a 357. I'm predicting the recoil. Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm gonna seal you.
I hate you.
You did make that joke earlier, so I have to give you props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the girl runs away. Don't know where she went. She
puts a noose on him.
Yeah.
With jingle bells.
And, like, it could not have been, like a crazy knot. It probably was a slip knot, and he just goes like, oh God, I can't get it off.
I don't know.
What am I supposed to do
I
now?
hope they don't sill me. Well, beat this one into the ground.
Yeah, you are. You're beating it pretty hard.
Hey, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so as soon as that happens, then all the psychopaths show up. And Scoot McNairy playing Marina Man. No one else has names in this movie.
I cannot believe that's his real name. That's insane. I thought when you told me that
they
it was
really
a joke.
didn't care about the people's names. Have you seen them?
Really? No.
Like, the main characters have names, with Evelyn, whatever, and Abbott. But once we get to Digimon Honsu, it's Man on Island, and there's Police Officer, Marina Man, Emmett's Son, Umpire, Island Person, Women at Game, Server, Teen in Bar, Teen in Bar, Boy on Island, Girl at Marina, Woman on Island. Wow. You remember when I played Woman on Island in Quiet Place 2?
Oh, Oscar
Beautiful
worthy.
performance.
Just sang to me when you were like, there's some monsters!
Gorgeous.
Just, mwah.
It's like listening to opera.
It's the same.
Same exact thing. I thought I was watching the movie again.
Yeah. You're like, wait, are you playing Woman on Island right now?
That's a good reference.
Was that Carmen or was that Woman on Island?
that was Woman on Island in Quiet Place Part 2.
Dude, I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
They were just
So good. Good impersonation. Yeah. So Scoot McNairy,
Scooty,
who's actually like not a bad actor.
Yeah.
Played Marina Man, and he did pretty well as this creepy dude. He didn't say anything.
His name is Scoot.
It is Scoot. Boot Scoot.
That's what my dog does across the carpet.
Yeah. I love when dogs do that, but like in a circle. There's like, wee.
Just gotta get my butthole clean.
Oh, wow. Fiber.
I don't know what that was. Like carpet fiber?
No, eat more fiber.
Eating fiber?
To express their anal glands.
Yeah. I just have the doctor do it. To me.
You go to the vet to ask him.
Yeah.
You squeeze my butt.
You're like, do you want your anal glands expressed? Yes, I would.
Please do.
Yes. It's like, oh, so your dog's been scooting? No.
I have.
I have.
In solidarity.
I'm just, I come up scooting, like, can you express my anal?
Oh. Oh,
yeah, my expression is, get it?
fucking wordplay with Dane.
Wordplay with Dane.
So Marina Man, long hair, and he looked like he was on a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Something was wrong with his eyes.
I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah, but he was just like, he goes up, they get Rugsman. They like grab her, start taking her backpack off, then like he runs like a knife across her. And then I was like, what are they doing? And then you were like, are they just gonna sexually assault her? And I'm like, most likely.
That's what it seemed like. But, like, that would have made noise.
Yep, yeah, you can't have sex. Yep.
Which is kind of like, how did John Krasinski and Emily Blunt
That's what I was
do it?
thinking of the first one. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe they were pregnant right at the beginning. It was what I was trying to explain it to myself, but it's like I don't remember her being pregnant in. They could have explained it right then.
Yeah.
They didn't. Mm-hmm. Like in the beginning, they're like, "Oh, she was already pregnant," not instead of having a baby like in the
'cause-
middle of fucking let's make the loudest creature possible when we need to be really quiet.
That's why they made the box, to put the baby basically in a coma
otherwise they couldn't
day.
have this like clever box. Yeah.
That's where they got Bird Box from.
Merchandising.
Merchandising.
Spaceballs reference.
Did you know that they made that reference in the movie because George Lucas wouldn't let them have merchandising rights for Spaceballs?
Oh, because it was too similar to Star Wars? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Because of that, he allowed them to make the parody of his movies, but they didn't allow them to merchandise anything. So that's why they made such a like an exorbitant amount of jokes about merchandising in it, because they weren't allowed to do that for real.
That's funny. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's how fucking petty George Lucas is.
Well, he fucked his own stuff up, so karma's a bitch.
Not really. He sold it to fucking.
Well, he made it shitty. He made a lot of money, but he made it shitty.
He made all of his money off of merchandising.
Yeah.
It's literally what he made his money off of.
Well, he was smart to do that from like the big studios.
Yeah.
To keep that.
They're like, this movie's going to be shitty, and no one's going to like it, so we're going to let you have all the merchandising rights. And he's like, okay.
Why are you making that noise right now?
It's just...
you can hear me?
It's what I do. It's my voice.
It's old film school technique. Yeah.
All right. That was history class.
History
Dane
class
Graham.
with...
I'm dead inside.
Yeah, so where were we? Oh yeah, Marina Man. And so I just felt like that was unearned too, because like I feel like they should have dealt more with the crazy people.
Yeah, they should have had like one or two come up to them.
Yeah.
And like, what would have been a good way to like introduce it is have one person come up and be like, "Oh, I need your help. Can you help me, please?" You know, and then Regine is there, like, "Oh yeah, let's help him." But then like, Emmett will be there, and he like looks off. He's like, "There's 3 people in the woods over there," and then he sees it's an ambush, and then they deal with it somehow or whatever.
Yeah.
And then later on when that comes back, then they could have had even the same person come back.
And then they're like, "Oh, we remember you."
Yeah, but then he couldn't be called Marina Man.
Yeah, they're like, we had to come up with a name. That's like, really hard to do.
It's like, my name is
Loot.
Cillian.
I'm Loot. My name's Loot.
Loot?
Loot Smith-Snary.
Smithsmern.
Cillian.
Smillian.
Yeah.
Snootian. Snootian McMillan.
Snootian McMillan. Coming this fall to Peacock.
I'm just gonna pee it out your cock.
Pee it out your cock. All right. Yeah. So it just felt like a half-baked idea. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, it's post-apocalyptic. You need like crazy humans because humans do, at least according to other apocalypse movies, they tend to go more animalistic when society collapses.
Not only that, but have you ever seen every fantasy movie that has multiple races? It's always the humans that are the worst.
Yeah.
You ever noticed that? Like Lord of the Rings, it's always like, oh, the elves are so pure, they'll never be corrupted. And then the dwarves are in the ground, so they'll never be corrupted. And then there's men who are like, fucking the first instance they got corrupted and fucked everything up.
Like, oh, I got power. Fuck you all.
Yeah, that's how like every trope is. They're like, humans are fucking the worst.
It's true. We are, though.
Yep. And it's true. That's why it got grained into me as a child.
Yeah.
Through
Fuck
fantasy.
humans, dude. Fuck humans.
Which is, I do fuck humans.
Me too. I hope that's all you fuck. Unless it's a sexual toy. It's fine, too.
Yeah, it was designed to mimic a human.
It's a mimic?
It's terrifying. It's actually a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Throwback.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of throwbacks.
Throwbacks.
People probably have not seen it.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck?
Our one diehard listener, watcher.
I get it.
I fucking got it. Everyone else sucks.
Actually, let's not make fun of that guy. He's our one diehard fan. Thank you, diehard fan.
Thank you, diehard fan. This is how you say dive in sign language.
Dive.
Well, according to the movie, I didn't look it up. They could have just made something up.
Yeah, like, what's dive? And she's like, this. fucking idiot.
He'll believe anything.
He's like, dive is actually...
No, it's like this. It's like you're climbing up the diving board.
It's very, very elaborate.
Yeah, we don't say it a lot.
Yeah. That's why there's not a lot of diving competitions in the ASL world.
No. Or else we'll never get... It's like ant speak. It'd take forever.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, they must have come to a conclusion now. We just started saying, oh, we're going to go to a diving competition.
I'm going to fucking chop this forest down.
I'm going to help Saruman.
He's way better.
Treebeard.
Yeah.
He's at least edgy.
Yeah, he's edgy and cool with his long nails.
And he's played by fucking...
Christopher
Maloney.
He's played by Lee Abbott. Christopher Lee Abbott. Yeah. Yeah, so if they just did a little more fleshing out of the psycho-humans, I think it would have been a little better. Like, as you said, have the ambush, and then have, like, a throwback, like, we didn't forget you. We hold grudges.
Maybe they wanted to expand more on these parts, but they couldn't, because of COVID, maybe.
But, yeah, I don't think it was COVID that prevented it. I think it was just more... Either they didn't flesh out the script, or there was just, like, as I was saying, like, half-baked ideas that all sound pretty good. Starting points for ideas. But then they didn't finish them, because they're like, oh, wait, this will be, like, a 3-hour movie if we do this.
Yeah.
So, that's the only reason I can think of.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty long, as it is. I feel like it could have been a little longer, though, and I wouldn't have, like, hurt it.
No, I don't think so. Like, especially for that part.
It kind of short.
Yeah, I definitely felt short. And every time, like, the action happened, I was like, oh, wow. And then as soon as it ended, I was like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
Well, I mean, like, I like the character development. I liked the lulls, because the lulls make the action and the tenseness.
Oh, yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah.
But it just... I guess I just didn't really care about the characters anymore at a certain point.
I did too, but that's because I always do that in horror films, so I don't feel bad when anybody dies.
Oh, for me, I don't care. I watch so many horror movies. So.
Oh, really? Yeah, for me, I'm just like, instead of being like, oh, God, what's going to happen? I'm just like, well, if they die, who cares, right? I don't care. I don't care about them.
I don't have any emotions. Emotions are for pussies. Yeah.
Also for peacocks.
And peacocks. Pussies and peacocks coming this fall to HBO.
Pussies, peacocks.
But yes.
Okay.
So, and then, so Cillian just jingles the shit. Like, dumbest fucking alarm system, because they're all right next to him.
Yeah, like, I don't know why. Like, I think they did that so he wouldn't move, but then all it would do is, like, he could just pull the ripcord like he did and been like, all right, all of us are fucking dead.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you.
Right, and yeah, he did that. Yeah. So they all get attacked and killed. Mm-hmm. And then, Marina Man takes the hearing aid. And I thought that was... It was a good explanation how he kept it, or why his mouth was shut, but it was kind of just like Deus Ex Machina a little bit. Like, we need the hearing aid still. How do we get that? We're not going to show it. He has it in his mouth. Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff happening at that moment, and but I guess
would have thrown the pacing off. It was just like rummaging through the pockets, and then the monster's like, "Oh wait."
Yeah, monster's coming. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm looking for the hearing aid.
Oh wait.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going. Oh, I got it.
I did like how he pulls out a knife and stabs the guy in the leg.
To make him scream.
Yeah, so it got cool. Attracted. I thought that was a cool idea.
Yeah, if I could watch that scene again, I want to watch it just to see if he cause he kind of had his hands down here. I was wondering if he was rummaging in the pocket.
Oh yeah, that might have been
it. I don't want to give it that much credit because I don't know.
Yeah.
And he jumps in there, and he frees himself, while the Marina Man's getting destroyed. Mm-hmm. And then we find out the monsters can't swim, because one falls in coming after Emmett, and then the other one's like, no.
Yeah.
My friend.
Well,
It's
and
like
he
Kate
also
Winslet
jumps on...
I'll never let go.
Never let go, but you can't come up here.
No, there's not enough space on this
Yeah.
boat.
We can't switch off either. That would be too difficult.
I'm a woman, okay?
But yeah, so he jumps onto a boat. The monster does. Well, the other one's drowning. And then the boat is like slowly like moving.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
And you're like, oh, wonder where that's gonna go
and
with the
you're
current
like, yep.
of the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it would have been boring if that didn't happen.
Yeah. They've just been like, oh, well, the island's perfect, so
Let's have a barbecue, guys.
let's just start this. Yeah, the fucking barbecue. It's just like, hey, you guys, you want some potato salad?
It's Memorial Day.
By the time this comes out, it will not be Memorial Day,
No,
but
it'll
tomorrow is Memorial Day for us.
Yes, and they
Not
were
for you at home.
Yes.
You're probably watching this well into the future when we're famous.
Yeah, you know, and you going back to be hipster about it.
Yeah.
Like, let's listen to their B-sides, dude.
Yeah, dude. And you're like, wow, they were really sucky back then.
Now they're really, really sucky.
Now they're really. There was an Onion article that I read where it was like the whole gist of the article was like these software engineers that started in their garage are now moving to an even smaller garage because they lose money. And like the big line at the end was just like, if I knew where we were going to get to when we started, I never would have done it because we're fucking broke now. It's like really funny. So it's like the other 99% of people that don't get successful.
Relatable.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It wasn't an Onion article, it was my life.
I wrote it. Software engineer was a metaphor for podcaster.
For a podcaster. Yep.
No, but yeah. So, and then Reagan gets on a canoe and saves Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get to the island, and then there is like a barbecue happening, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, let's go! Let's do the limbo! Hey! Oh wow, I got so low. My name's Man on Island, by the way."
Just like a mariachi there. Ding, 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 ding.
What look can you get? I can't. I have back problems.
The monster got my back.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just there, and then it's like a little lull moment. They're like, okay, we're gonna use the thing. We'll go tomorrow, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Cillian's like out at sea, looking at sea, crying about his dead son. And
Well, and also like so there was that whole scene with the guy who's just like, oh, so you figured out about the beyond the sea, and it's just like, couldn't you have just said, hey, come out to the island that's here?
what the fuck?
Like,
That
why
is
the
like
fuck?
super
It's just
cryptic.
like, beyond the sea, don't worry, people will get it. Yeah. Only the people that should get it will get it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Like, why make it so cryptic?
it's like Fallout, all the radio stuff
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it does sound like super clever. Like, oh, that's really good. But then, like in a human, once you put it into action, it's like, why don't you just make an alarm?
Yeah, why not just
Didn't they
say
do
like,
that,
hey,
like,
come to
yeah.
here, you know?
They're safe. They can't swim. Why don't you announce that?
Yeah, right. Like they can't swim. That's what I was thinking. Like when they start, doing the sound over the radio, they could be like have cut in with like, hey, the monsters don't like this sound. Play it like every hour or something.
Yeah.
So everyone's just like, oh, why is this feeding back? And then they'll know.
And they'll turn it off. Like, no, we don't need that. The radio's busted.
It's not like they can send out like a text message. Like, hey, the monsters don't like this. And like, oh, they don't like... Mom, they don't like this. Oh, shit.
Yes.
Hey, Ma! They don't like this!
What?
Ma!
What did you say, Junior?
Nothing, Ma. God! Did you forget your hearing aid again?
I'll come down there and give you a hearing aid.
You can't come down. You don't got no legs.
That's racist.
It's not racist. You don't got legs. Can't wheelchair you down here.
That's ableist. That's the word I was looking for.
That's what you're looking for. You don't even know what I am to you anymore.
You making fun of my dementia?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so they're on the island, and then it just kind of like rushes to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, no, you were saying that he goes down to the beach.
Oh, right. He goes down to the beach, cries over his dead son. Wow, 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 your kid died. Get over it.
Are you gonna cry, little baby?
Are you gonna cry? I don't know.
It would be Sry.
Sry, there you go.
Sry,
There
yeah.
it is. You're gonna Sry.
You're gonna Sry over there, you little slaby.
Slaby. Is that a Slavic baby?
Slavic baby, yep. This is my slaby.
Why is there another name?
Goo goo gaga.
Goo goo gaga. Go to gulag. Alright. So he takes out a chalk drawing or a charcoal drawing he drew. I don't know how that survived the water, but
Well, it was like I don't know if you saw, but it wasn't like paper. It was like a cloth.
But wouldn't charcoal be washed off, or at least a little smudged? Because it was like perfectly still intact.
Could have been paint.
Yeah. Anyway, bullshit. No, but he's like looking, crying, like, and then he's like, beyond the sea. Kevin Spacey shows up. It's like, I played the character. He's like, you're a pedophile.
You're a pedophile. Movie over.
Kevin's. I can't even do it.
Spakey.
Spakey. Yeah, so he starts hearing the noises, and then he goes around to the bend, and it's that boat that the monsters were on. He's like, oh!
And he's like, oh no. And then he's
like, climbs up, and then someone's like, fucking took a page out of Mary's book, or Pippin's book from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Banging shit in a well. Like, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Fool of a toque! Get out of there!
And then he's like screaming, yeah. Then the monster kills Wellman.
Well, man. He meant well.
I don't think he even had a name.
Jokes!
And that's the end. Yeah, so monster starts rampaging, so they gotta go to the radio station so they can save the day.
Yeah.
So they get in a Ford GTO.
Yep.
So
the Duke boys are out again.
I don't know why that car is there or where it came from.
I don't know
But it's there. Duke boys are at it again. He does start honking the horn.
Yeah, he does.
So they're driving and
Yeah, they're honking the horn to get the creature to come. They're like, is it following us? And it goes, Rah! Terminator style.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Just keep going, huh?
Yeah.
And they're just like, is it gone? Like, stupid. Like, obviously it's still there. And then, like, there's like a flap down so you can't see what's like behind.
Because he tears the convertible top.
Regan. Yeah. And it's like, oh God, what's back there? It's like, okay, I think we're okay. And it's just like,
is this a 3D movie?
And then it like do a turn and the monster goes,
I fell up. Oh, I'm gonna sue you. Yeah. And then they get to the radio station, opens up the door, and then we already talked about that part where like, here's the key. Is it still here?
Did it go back to the? Oh no!
Oh yeah. And so then they're like hiding in there. They have like this little stealth move. Really precarious way of getting into the DJ booth with Reagan. Mm-hmm. And she's like...
Just like everyone's nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, there was like 5 different things that could have fallen. And like her foot like just kept like slowly going past every single one.
It was like a gag they would do in a parody. Like, oh no.
It was like there was like a roll under some papers. Then there was like a coffee mug. And then she put her foot down and like turned it a tiny bit, and then like the papers kind of moved.
Yeah,
so ridiculous.
And before I knew Emmett was like holding her, I thought she was balancing on one of her feet, and I was like, God damn, she's strong as hell.
And she's just like closing like the drawer a little bit. There's personal papers in there.
Didn't want to see that. There's love notes and nudes.
There's my personal candy drawer.
That's where I keep my Milky Ways.
just the thought of like whispering that. That's where I keep my Milky Ways. It's just killing me right now. It's silling me right now.
It's so silling
me. Oh man, we're just straight up selling it.
Silling it. We're silling it. T-shirt.
T-shirt idea.
I don't know. So much money will. Yeah. Okay. Well, got it.
Did you just make the T-shirt?
No, I was just looking like I was thinking.
Worked. I was like, wow, you did it already.
Acting. I'm Cillian Murphy.
Whoa! This podcast is going up.
Hey. Yeah.
Swag my Milky Ways. This is still killing me.
Just imagine someone shoving it in their butt. Swag my Milky Ways.
Just, yeah. Okay, so they're in.
Warm
she
and
gets
gooey.
in the. She gets in the DJ booth, and she steps down without any incident.
And she's like,
Yeah, like I don't know, something like because like.
and there's a banana peel on the ground. Yahoo!
She does a flip.
She gets
silence.
She gets blue shelled.
And then like all of a sudden there's like a tiny little like pin that goes like ding. The monster goes.
That's racist.
No. So then she like opens up the door to the office.
And it's like, yeah, it was like,
Yeah, it was just like.
super loud. And then Emmett's like, oh, I gotta save the day. I'm gonna jump in front of it. And then he gets gored.
Yeah, and so then he like crawls up to the door and closes it so she can do it, and then she like very slowly like switch.
I know, what the fuck was she doing? What am I supposed to
Microphone. Cillian, you okay?
do? It's pronounced Cillian. I hope you die.
I hope you fucking die. Never watch Batman Begins ever again.
It's one of my best roles.
Oh yeah, and then she like flicks on the on air,
Gotta make sure we're not interrupted.
which is so stupid. Yeah, because it's just the light that
Yeah.
says we're on air. Don't make any noise. Because it's a quiet place.
Oh! John Krasinski's playing 4D chess here.
So she flicks on think, and then she goes.
She just makes that noise.
She's it's a straight up Snoop Dogg's.
Drop it like it's hot. Good song.
Yeah, it is good. I am Snoop D-O-double-G.
Wow. Sounded like him.
All I could think of was Gin and Juice. I couldn't think of that song.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And, okay, so at the same time,
Yeah,
like in the movie is The Other Side with Emily Blunt and the son doing their thing. This is actually playing at the same time, which I thought was cool because they kind of made the two stories parallel in like intensity and what they're doing. And they get to that very dramatic part at the end at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a cool synergy. Like, I thought that they really played that off well. But Emily Blunt's side of things was a little strange.
It was kind of like,
It's like, yeah.
now thinking about it, I'm like, I wish they would just all go together. That way they could have added that part with the crazy humans.
Yeah.
Because that just felt unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Or just put there to make it more action.
Yeah.
Michael Bay's like, hey, I know what to do.
Split them up.
Split them up. Explosions that don't do nothing. Woo! Orange.
Michael Bay, Transformers.
Just makes that noise in production meetings.
Guys.
God damn it.
God
Michael,
damn it.
get out.
You got
Well,
an
you
idea, Michael?
You made us like billions of dollars, so
Yeah.
you could stay.
Guys, I got
I don't
another
want you to
Transformers
watch.
idea. Okay. It'll make us billions, so whatever. Yeah, do it.
Okay,
Don't you want to hear it? I'm not going to watch it, so no.
But the characters start speaking Transformer. And that's why they do that noise.
That's why they do that noise. Are you going to do that swivel thing? Of course!
Duh, God. You fucking idiot.
How many sticks of TNT do you need? All of them! Okay,
Yeah.
God, all right. I'll hire every pyrotechnics expert in Hollywood again.
Keeping them in business.
Yeah. Because I love Michael Bay.
Woo! They're just all Michael Bay shirts.
Yeah. He just has like two like sticks to dynamite. Yeah, I love Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay forever.
Michael Bay forever.
Okay, so yeah, the other story, Emily Blunt is going off to get some gauze and some stuff for the
O2 tanks
for the boy, and then the O2 tanks, because like we said, O2 going to No2.
O2 represent.
O2 going to No2, because there's no O2.
Nosferatu. Original vampire movie.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the original vampire.
Actually, I think Vampire came out before that. Did it? I don't know. I'll look it up. Keep going.
Oh, are you going to be 0 for 1?
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's keep going.
So yeah, so then she goes off and does that, and the boy is like comes up and he's like, no, don't go, I need you here. There's a baby down there. I can't do anything with a baby. And she's like, I've already taught you everything you need to know. Like, I don't want to. There's like a diaper. It smells. She's like, just breathe. He's like, I don't want to breathe. It smells terrible. And then so she's like, I gotta go. Otherwise, you're gonna start getting really sick, and it's gonna look gross. I don't want to deal with that. He's like, okay, yeah. So he closes it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But then the next scene is. Okay, so yeah, and then the next scene is the boy, like, he's like, oh, let's put the kid in this thing, close it, zoom in on O2, oh no, and then he just like, I'm gonna go explore a little bit. This place is pretty neat.
I'm brave now.
I like this. In literally 2 seconds, I turned from nobody leave me to, I'm gonna leave.
I'm a strong, independent man who need no mom.
Yeah. And like...
Who no need mom.
Who don't need no mom. Like, I thought it was dumb that, like, they could have done something different. Like, oh, they knocked a pillar over, and then that made a big noise, and then he had to hide from the monster.
Yeah.
But instead, he goes upstairs to, like, see something. And I thought he was going to see something that Emmett had, like, been doing to, like...
Or, like, hiding or something?
Yeah, like, maybe he's, like, hiding, like his wife was there, like, the body was there, but he, like, killed his wife or something.
Yeah, we never really explained what that dead body was either.
What was his wife?
Oh, but I thought...
Because his wife died of an illness, remember?
No, I remember that, but like the way they explained it was like it was at his house. And that's why
no, they were at his house,
there.
but they left because she was in so much pain, she was screaming all the time. So they had to go there to muffle the screaming.
Oh, I thought he left her because of that. That's the way I got it.
Oh, no, I think they left because it was easier.
That's not even a good
muffle.
place to hide if she's like way up there.
Yeah, it was dumb. Everything about that whole scene was dumb.
Yeah.
Because then he's just like, dead body. And he's like, oh no, let me go. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck, what did I do? Mommy. And so, yeah, then he's just like, oh, I gotta run downstairs, and then he's instantly down there. He's like, you don't see the transition.
Busted ass leg.
Yeah, right. And so then he hides in the little tank thing, but he doesn't put the little do-rag up.
The do-rag.
I don't even know why it was like a thing that you could lock. He should have literally like tied the do-rag on there so you could just close it and open it.
There's kind of no reason for that.
Yeah, because it would have been so easy for him to accidentally do that and get trapped in there and die.
And they would have found him and been like, oh, the body up!
Oh God, what did we do? What did we do? And yeah, so then he goes and hides, but then the monster's there. And Emily Blunt, like, she like hears the noises and she's like, oh God, I gotta go. She's like running like, oh shit. And then she gets her, she's like, oh, there's the monster. Just her entire face.
For those listening at home, I don't even know how to describe that.
Yeah. Imagine like trying to pick your nose but missing and then just smashing your whole hand in your face.
And then pretending you're telling someone to be quiet. Yes.
Yeah, so that was the best description you're getting if you're listening to it. So you might also want to go watch it.
Yeah.
So
continue.
then she puts like the little gas tank in the middle of this like pool of flammable liquid that she had. I don't know. I forget what she did.
Oh, well, she put it there, and I think it was already spilt. Oh, because the water. I thought it was water. Was it fuel?
Well, the whole thing went like flammable, so it must have been some kind of fuel.
And it was like dripping on the kid.
That was water, because that's how she knew that the sprinkler system still worked.
Yeah. So it must have... Okay, that's what inspired her to blow this up, to like distract the monster.
Mm-hmm. So she was like shooting at the tank, and then the tank exploded in fire, and you're like, oh, killed him.
Totally dead.
And then the thing's just like coming out of the fire, like, I'm invincible! And she's like, but you forgot about the sprinkler system! And then the creature's like,
I can hear shit now.
What am I? And then we even both commented that she had a gun, and literally the creature is like opening its ear flaps, or like his face flaps, to hear better. And like, we both thought like she was going to take the gun and like put it in there. And
yeah, because it was literally like right next to her.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have like, you wouldn't even have to aim really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It would have blown it up. Then it would have kind of ruined the unearned character arc for the little boy.
Yeah, which I guess was good, but still. Well, they could have had another monster come. You know?
I don't got a budget for that.
Yeah, what? Fuck you. So, but I was also commenting that they didn't do the transition between being up above to being down below very well.
Oh no, yeah.
I think they did it like once or twice out of like the hundreds of times that they went up and down.
Yeah.
Like every time they were supposed to go down to the basement area, they were just there.
Like, whoop, yep.
Yeah, and the biggest one was when they were running away from the monsters at first. Emily Blunt had like the baby basket, and like the whole way to get down easier was to slide down this pipe under this like big
like
pile
sandbags
of
or
like
something.
Yeah, something. And like you saw Emmett rush down there with Boy on shoulder, and
I think that's what he's credited as.
Boy on shoulder.
No, with Jupe is Boy on shoulder.
Boy on shoulder. Yeah. Oh, he got pretty big nod in that
Yeah,
one.
he did.
And the Oscar goes to Noah Jupe as Boy on shoulder.
Screaming.
That's just how he is. Yeah. Normally.
You just play yourself.
Yeah. But then like she has the basket, and instead of showing her like sliding down, they just then show her down in the basement and going into the thing and locking it up, which didn't make much sense because it's like she had a basket with a baby in it, and she's sliding down this pipe onto a bunch of like pillows.
Yeah.
Essentially, the baby probably would have been tossed around and died. But they're like, we don't know how to show this practically, so she's just down there now.
And we learned our lesson from the first time. We stopped using the real baby.
Yeah. We learned, well, I mean, the baby was being such a bitch about it.
One NDA later, we learned our lesson.
That mom just wouldn't stop screaming on set.
$3 million settlement.
My baby. What about my movie?
Make a new one.
What about my movie, lady?
Yeah.
John, why are you so mean?
Business. That's show business, baby.
He just looks at the camera.
There's no camera here.
It's like, that's how I look everywhere.
Yeah.
The gym look. You okay? He's like, yep, things are not going well for me.
Emily is real mad at me.
Yeah.
I did see a headline when I was Googling the movie today. It was like, and this part, it was like, he thought that his marriage was going to end with Emily Blunt. I was like, I didn't click on it. And I was like, what?
Like, excuse me?
She was like not really in the movie as much as the first one.
There's like a gratuitous scene where he has sex with someone else.
It's
like well,
Emily, look over here. Look.
How's the lighting?
Unsimulated.
How's the lighting on my dick inside of her?
It's unsimulated, but there's gonna be a lot of semen. Simulated.
Semen-elated. I shot
You just got Krasinski.
It's That's why he went into filmmaking.
Yeah, to Krasinski.
He learned it from Michael Bay. Did you see Megan Fox? Yeah, fucked her.
Totally did.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was such a fucked up relationship.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
Besides being really
them.
creepy.
Yeah.
Just lingering on her body.
Yeah. And like, I think she was underage at that time. I don't think
Was
she
she?
was 18 in the first. Was she 18 in the first Transformers?
I don't know.
It was very.
Could look it up and we want to gamble.
I don't want to gamble. I'm done gambling. You can look it up though. I literally said I don't know, so I'm not gambling anything.
I don't even care that much. She was 84?
Nailed it.
Let's see.
Sorry, I meant I sealed it.
You sealed it.
Sealed it.
Oh, she was 21, I guess.
Oh, okay. But still, it's kind of weird.
Well, still, because he was probably like 60.
Well, I think she came out and said that he was like abusive.
Well, it
towards
doesn't.
her.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference if she was
Yeah.
married or not. If he was being a piece of shit. So.
Well, I think that came out and like he was like abusive towards her and like.
That's shitty.
Well, yeah, and her like whole career kind of got derailed because she was like.
Yeah, she was like blowing up.
Yeah. Because of Michael Bay, and then she kind of got railroaded in doing his movies over and over again, and hated it.
Oh, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah. Then she was in New Girl. She was great in New Girl.
Yeah, she was. I was like, wow, she's can act.
Yeah, no, she's really good. There's been some other things. I feel
Jennifer's Body was.
Jennifer's Body. That's it. She was pretty good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, she's a good actress. It's just she got fucking screwed.
Yeah, like creepy old dudes in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Seems well, we already know that's a trend.
Yeah. I'm glad that it.
You just got Weinstein.
Makes me sad now.
Yeah.
We had a Weinstein and Kevin Spacey joke in one podcast.
Hey.
Canceled.
We're making fun of them. So.
Yes, because they're pieces of shit.
Big pieces of shit.
Yes. We are not on
huge
their side
pieces
of
of shit.
I have not seen American Beauty once since I heard about it. So
I definitely didn't watch it yesterday.
this is a good movie though.
It really is a good movie.
It is a good movie, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like it sucks because like you like the movie around this shitty person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't fault the entire production just for one
No.
shitty person. It sucks. But a lot of times they're like the front person of that production, you know? Like, we'll just look at Roseanne, you know?
Well, I got canceled.
Well, it turned into the Connors for a while.
Oh yeah. Well, she got killed off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
If anyone gives a fuck.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. And yeah, so that happened. And yeah, it was just, that's super shitty.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were down in the basement area. I was talking about how the transitions were never really put in the movie, and that was kind of weird to me because
Right.
it seemed weird. Because I was just like, how are they going to get down? Are they going to be found out while they're going down the ladder? And then they're just down there. And I'm like, oh, I guess that tension's gone.
Yeah.
I think that was why I noticed it so much, because that would have heightened the tension, but that was always just...
Yeah, if she's like coming down the ladder and the monster's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been scary.
Like, and it would have, like, heard her, like, going down the, like, ladder rungs. That would have made more sense. But, yeah, but that just never happened. No. And, so they're down there, and they're about to close the door, and then the monster... No, they close it, and they're breathing the oxygen for a while that she brought. Then the oxygen's running out, so they got to get out.
It ran out a lot quicker than the other one did.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because they're all sharing it at that point.
You can't explain that away.
You can't explain it, dude.
You can't, dude.
You can't, dude. There's no science for that.
Yeah. Oxygen, what is that? It's like magic gas.
Magic live gas. Okay?
That's
you
all it
can't
is.
explain it.
Nope.
It's just non-explainable.
Unexplainable.
He didn't get his magic, dude. Where's your crystal, dude? Where's your crystal? Do you have your crystal on you?
It's in my butt.
Get out of here. So yeah, they're in the little like pod, and they're like, well, we got to get out of here because it's our thing is like, we got to get out of here. And so she opens it back up to like get the gauze or something, and then she turns around, and the boy's like, ah!
Oh my god!
And then she's just like, so she like runs over, and But she doesn't get the door closed, so the monster opens it up and it starts
Yeah.
like swiping at them in there. And he has the radio on him.
He just puts the headphones on. He's like, I'm done.
He's like,
I don't even. Why did he put the
quiet.
headphones on?
Uh,
Because he was like scared and he wanted to like shut the noise out.
well, I think it was like more of a soothing technique, because it was at first just kind of hearing the white noise of the radio and just tunes everything out.
His character was very confusing.
Yeah, it was very weird. And then after that, he's just like, radio signal.
He's like, beep, ow. Oh, wait, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I'm a badass.
Yeah. Which was kind of a cool scene. Because it happened at the same time, at the same story beat as the girl, Reagan,
Yeah.
doing it. And so they're both kind of like walking up to the monster as it's like... And then he picks up the gun that Emily Blunt left there. And it was specifically shown being
Like,
set there, so it was
I'm
kind
like,
of nice.
why'd you do that?
Yeah, I was like, you don't have that gun on. You're dumb. And so he picks it up, and then she picks up like this like pipe thing that was just
Like,
there.
perfect.
Like, yes, and she goes, fuck you. And then he's just like, boom.
Yeah.
Dead.
And they show her hit, and then it cuts to the monster just dying at his end. We've already harped on his character just being all over the place. I just felt like that was more all over the place. Because he was like freaking out, and then all of a sudden he just instantly recovers as soon as this happens. Like, now I am calm and cool and collected, baby. Mm-hmm. Even though I was afraid of baseballs.
Well, I mean, that for me kind of makes sense because he was talking with her, and when he hears that, then he realizes that, oh, she fucking did it. She did it. And then I think that probably, like if I was thinking like from like a character perspective, he probably could have been like, oh shit, she actually did it. What the fuck am I doing just like sitting here? And then he like gets courage at that point. Be like, fuck you. And of course the monster's like recoiling, so he's not trying to run away from it.
Right.
He's like, fuck you. And which I think kind of works,
Well, I think it's a great like arc for him to get to, or the end point. I just don't feel like it was any build up, because like he was like, don't go, and then he was like, I'm gonna go up, oh no, now I'm scared again, oh yeah. He was like, I just felt like all over the place. I know he's a kid, but
yeah,
I just didn't.
Yeah,
I just didn't like his character. Anyway,
yeah,
so.
I don't like the fact that was all over the place.
But I do. If they built that up more, it would have been. I still like that he had his day in the sun, so to speak. Like, that was a good character arc. It just wasn't fleshed out well enough.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I could see that.
Like, I do agree that it's where he should have ended up, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with that, because it definitely feels like it was all over the place. He did get to a good place at the end. But it's kind of like the same thing between Cillian Murphy, Cillian... Eduardo, what's his name? Emmett. And
Eduardo and Regan.
Eduardo and Regan, and their relationship, and how that mended from a divisive start when the divisive start didn't make much sense.
You're not my dad.
You're my real dad. I'll never call you dad. You don't have to.
You're not marrying your mom.
I want you
Just not
gone
doing
by
it.
the morning. You're not my dad.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to my room. You don't have a room here. Please leave.
Just get out of here.
All right. That being said, I will say some things that I did like about the movie. So I think we've harped a lot of stuff that, we saw problems with.
Yeah.
But I really liked tension buildup in this. It was well done, always, because it's a little bit less this time because you know what the monster looks like.
Right.
But it didn't make the monster less scary because it did show them as being just like unstoppable murder machines.
Yeah, they're pretty wild and like rampagey.
Mm-hmm. And so it is kind of like, if they get you, you're dead. Mm-hmm. And it showed them now even being resistant to fire. So what the fuck?
You're screwed.
You're done.
Unless you have an aluminum pole and a loud noise.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have a feedback. Just do that.
Just make that sound. Wee, wee, woo.
It's just like...
All right.
Did like that. I actually did like how they kind of progressed it to how can they take this sound that they figured out hurts the monsters.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was actually a very cool thing in the first movie.
Yeah, me
where
too.
it made a lot of sense. Like these things that are harping on trying to hear get hurt when it's a loud kind of excruciating sound that goes over all frequencies. And in fact, with hearing, our hearing, we only hear. They say humans can only legitimately hear between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. So anything outside of that, humans can't hear. But I'm assuming that these monsters can probably hear more than that. Like dogs can hear more. That's why when you hear a dog whistle, it's
you don't hear it.
Yeah, you don't hear it, but then they kind of recoil in pain.
Yeah.
Kind of that same thing. So the feedback must be hitting some frequency that we can't hear.
Yeah.
That's causing them to go, ouchie, ow, ow, wowie, ow.
Ooh, ow. No, stop it.
So I did and then I liked how they expanded on that to be like, well, we're going to now be able to broadcast that through any radio, at least in this area, and then we can kind of fight them back, which I always like that in these post-apocalyptic movies. I don't like it when it just keeps on going. That's why that's one of the big reasons why I stopped watching The Walking Dead. Because it's just
old.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, they're never going to be able to fix anything.
Yeah.
It's always going to be terrible, which I guess is more realistic. But it's
especially in that, the zombies and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm not watching a zombie movie to make sure it's like, oh, this is realistic to life. I'm like, it's a fucking zombie movie. I want something good to happen once. Right. You know? And I like that. And then, like we were saying, the sound design was really well done. They just kind of killed that. Where, like, when it was silent, like, you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
Or you could hear a silent fart. Somebody.
That was me.
But also, what was super cool, and I noticed this about the first movie too, is the music. The music is, especially like the main theme, is played on the piano, but the piano is muffled. The piano is, so whenever you hear like the actual piano playing, it sounds like somebody's kind of like muffling it. So it's like they're trying.
So how would they do that actually?
Well, they can like open up the piano, take the strings, and they can just kind of muffle them.
Okay.
Like their hands, so that it doesn't make as much noise. That's why it kind of made like a hard like thud. And it was like ding, ding, where you can kind of hear what the sound is, but it doesn't ring as much as like a piano key, like ding.
Okay, cool.
And I thought that was super cool. That like, they kind of incorporated not only the notion of being quiet in the movie, but they also incorporated it in the music itself.
Yeah.
Where the music was trying to be quieter. Even with its, themes and whatnot, which I thought was super cool.
That is cool. That's a nice little touch that I would not have picked up on, because he's a musician, I am not.
Yeah, and so, and I wish they would have done the John Krasinski shush in this one. The
throwback.
shush.
Shut up.
Stop it.
Just be quiet. But,
okay, so. That's kind of my last little rant. Did you have any final thoughts?
Well, I agree with you about like the main story of this one was like a logical next step. Is there how can we use this to help the rest of humanity, or at least in our little area? Mm-hmm. Which I agree, like a good logical next step. I just wish the in between parts were better for me, like more fleshed out, as I've already talked about. But I like that writing where it wasn't just like, how can we make a sequel? Oh, let's just have them survive on the farm again.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like you were saying with The Walking Dead.
Because that's fucking everything. Like,
yeah.
Oh, they're not on the farm anymore, so what should we do? They'll go to a prison! Okay. Oh, the prison's burned down now. They'll go to a gated community.
Oh, wow, that's convenient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then... Oh, like from the first one, I liked the motivation of how they all knew sign language. It was like by having a deaf family member. So they all would have learned to communicate with her. So I like that. They just didn't learn sign language during the apocalypse to talk to each other or something.
Yeah, right.
So that was good writing. I like that. And just more props to Outside, to John Krasinski for like just trying to end the franchise. It's like, okay, it's over. We're done. No more.
Yeah.
It's like he probably doesn't want to keep making those as an artist.
Yeah, I think at this point, if they were to make another one, like there's, what are they going to do?
It would have turned into like the Purge. Now they have the Forever Purge.
God, I know. Yeah, we saw that fucking.
I'll probably watch it because it looks ridiculous and fun. But.
Well, yeah, I've always liked the Purge movies just because they're fucking over the top, just ridiculousness.
Exactly.
You know?
But like, so props to him, respect to him as a director. I don't know if he did that on purpose. I'm assuming he did. It's like, how else can you move on now unless you go to a different part of the world, have them survive now, or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the acting was pretty good, except for fucking Noah Jupe in this one, or Jupe. I think he's just annoying to me. So, but the rest of the acting was really good, I thought.
Well, and I think that's probably more just the writing around his character.
Yeah,
you know, like
agreed.
I think he did very well at acting annoying because I think that's what he was supposed to do.
Right, he was supposed to be,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. The acting was well done. Like, cinematography was pretty good too. It was another. It was similar to like the "Those Who Wish Me Dead" shot that I talked about with like the silhouette with the fire. It was like when they were on the bridge, Emmett and Reagan were standing up in the sunset, and there's their silhouettes against the sky. That was a really cool shot. And I love the shots of like when people are running or they're focused on the people and then the monsters are behind them, like ravaging or chasing them. It really builds the tension because it shows how close the monsters are to the characters. So that was really cool.
Well, yeah. On that note, I did like how they showed like how destructive these monsters are, and so having them be that close creates more tension.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, oh shit, they're right there, and they can just go like, ah! You're dead.
And that's what they did.
Yeah.
But also the character design or the creature design. I was wondering if they like got inspired by The Last of Us.
Yeah, I could see that.
Clickers.
Oh yeah.
Because like they make similar sounds, they're similar creature design, like creatures attracted to sound. Like, clickers didn't really have like the moving parts; it was more just one part. But when the monsters opened up, it kind of looked like the clicker, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. I agree, 100%.
So I wonder if the concept artists were like took inspiration from that.
Well, I could see like because I know it was written by John Krasinski, right? And so I think that it would make sense. Maybe he played that game and he's like liked the idea of like a post-apocalyptic zombie type creature that's attracted to sound.
Yeah.
But then he decided to run with just that concept and kind of create an entire movie around it. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it definitely had the kind of the same look and feel as the clickers.
Yeah. Oh, no, nothing against it. It was just like
No,
I was
I know.
wondering if they were inspired because in my stuff I take inspiration too. I mean that's what art is, just people inspiring other people.
Yeah, exactly.
And making new things, which is really
Yeah,
cool.
I started making a new story actually. It's about a kid who starts his like whole journey. He lives with his aunt and uncle, and then he meets like an old wise sage person. We'll call him like Shobi-Wan or something.
Oh, wow,
And,
okay.
yeah, so then but then his aunt and uncle die by this big, basically this big government that comes and like takes him out, and then he talks to the wise sage, and he's like, hey, your dad was killed by the main guy of this government, and I have this, it's kind of like this sword, but it's kind of like a laser. So, so
a laser
like,
sword.
Laser sword, yes. I might come with a different name for that, but yeah. So I don't know. It just came to me right now. Actually, I don't know what caused that.
What would you call it?
Well, I mean, so I'm gonna have it take place in like space among the stars, and I mean, there's like a big galactic war going on. So, I mean, probably like space fighting thing.
Well, that's a good name. I like that. That's you should run with that.
Yeah, I should. And like I'll probably make like some kind of like dashing rogue type. I might get like I'm picturing like Harrison Ford and like like American Graffiti. After he was in like that kind of dingy. Kind of like that era.
Okay, yeah.
And,
would he have a sidekick too?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm thinking like just like I don't want him to talk a lot. So, I just don't want it. And then he probably flies in this ship. I'm thinking like the Century Eagle.
Wow, that's a cool name.
Isn't that a cool name?
Yeah.
This is weird.
Man, this is brilliant.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and it actually started off following these two robots. I'll call them bots.
Okay.
Or like roids. I'll call them roids.
Roids, yeah.
Because they're just like they're like regular robots, but they're on steroids, so they're just called roids.
So they're muscly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And
That'd be interesting visual.
Yeah, one of them's gonna be like gold. One of them's gonna be probably like a short guy. I'm wondering how long I can go with this.
We keep going. But go see space
fighting
space
thing.
conflict.
Space conflict.
But yeah, where were we?
We were talking about. Oh yeah, you were talking about like how you were. This was probably inspired by the clickers.
Oh yeah, so inspired by clickers, so that was cool. What else? What else did I like? That wasn't a whole lot.
It's too bad. I liked it. You know.
If honestly, just go see the first one, you'll get the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But in better, in better way. I like the first one better because it was more contained and it wasn't like they were trying to stretch something that didn't need to be stretched.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did like the first one better, obviously.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of it was a newer idea, you know, kind of just the whole concept of it. So
yeah,
it was pretty cool. So.
Well, there's a better movie that deals with sound, horror movie called Hush.
Oh yeah.
That one's way better. It's not monsters and stuff, but a big sound is like a big thing in it.
Yeah.
It's about this deaf woman writer who's like going to retreat into the. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I've heard about it though.
Yeah, but great director Mike Flanagan. He's an excellent horror director.
Flanagan.
He's made the 2 like haunted house series on Netflix.
Oh.
And the Doctor Sleep, the Shining sequel.
Oh, gotcha.
But anyway, this movie's about like the deaf woman who's also a writer. She's going to retreat to like focus on her writing, but then she's like terrorized by some like home invader in a mask.
Oh.
But she's deaf, so she can't hear anything, and it's like super.
Oh,
intense.
that's kind of cool.
It's really intense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I recommend it. It was on Netflix when I watched it. I'm not sure where it is now, but I would go watch it. Audience as well.
Hush is a really good Deep Purple song.
Never heard it.
It was like, hush, hush, come on baby now, hush, hush.
I'm more of a fan of Light Red, the band.
Oh, you don't like Deep Purple?
I like Light Red.
All right, here's a bit of trivia. What was Deep Purple's other famous song?
Big Time Water with the Smoke.
Yep, that's it. That's it. You know.
Hey, I'm a classic rock expert.
You know?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking of writing a song kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's kind of got these like 3 chords, you know, like bam, 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 bam.
Sued. Or no, better. Litigation.
Litigated.
Yeah. But yeah, so
all right, let's
rate
I think
this.
we're done.
Baby.
Let's rate this biatch.
Rate
okay?
this each.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give it like a 5.8 because I don't even think it's worth watching.
Wow.
To me,
All of a sudden, you got super harsh on it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know it came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. What is your problem?
5.8. I can't hear you, butts.
I'm gonna give it 7.9.
That's a big one.
Cillian, silly butts.
It's pronounced Killy.
See, I can't get behind that because of Cillian's Irish Red is with the K. His name is Cillian Murphy with a C, right? Or is it?
What is C? But it's Cillian.
Cillian. It's like Sicily.
Not according to the YouTube guy.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna argue anymore.
But yeah, if you've seen the first one, you like the first one, yeah, I recommend seeing the second one if you liked it. If you didn't like it like me, I just thought it was overhyped and poopy. So.
I thought it was good. I mean, I thought if you like the first one, you'll like this one. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you know, so it's just
2 hours of my life I'll never get back. Just kidding, it's not that bad.
I was like, you're getting super harsh. I mean, you even said that
it's
if
an hour and
below
37 minutes of my life I won't get back.
Oh, so yeah, 2 hours of my life I won't get back. Just kidding. hour 37 I won't get
Yeah.
back.
No, it's not that bad, but still, there's better horror movies out there. So.
Yeah, but like, why?
I'm gonna seal the fuck out of you, dude.
If anyone out there is listening, tell me if it's Cillian or Cillian. And if it's Cillian, just go seal yourself.
Goosebye.
Goosebye.